Yo, what it do? Hey, man, appreciate y'all for stopping back by the house, man. Hey, come on in, man. Wipe your feet. Close the door behind you. Man, have a seat. You know what I'm saying? We're getting ready to chop it up a little bit. Hey, thank y'all for stopping back by the house, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is. I am that boy Box. This is Rough House Boxing TV. And first of all, I gotta say, give a big shout out to the whole Block fam. That's Marlo's Corner with the homie Trey X. Myself, Legendary Top Cats, Chris Rayner, Main Boxing Biker, El Finici, and everybody else that rock with us, you know what I'm saying, over on the block, man. Hey, be sure to tune in tonight to Marlo's Corner, man, for the good live fight commentary, blow by blow, man. You know what I'm saying? Marlo and Trey X, they gonna put it down like they say, call a frog out of well. You know what I'm saying? Give it to you like God gave it to Moses. That's what they say. That's what's up, man. Hey, shout out, salute to the whole LDBC, to the whole fighting community. You know what I'm saying? Fight fam. And yeah, that's what it is, man. So y'all already saw the name of this, man. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is the breakdown prediction video for Adam Kownacki versus Chris Arreola. Heavyweight fight airing tonight on Fox. Please excuse my tardiness in dropping this video. But better late than never, they say. So here we go. And oh yeah, and as always, I got my notes. Oh yeah, do me a favor, man, before we really get into this, man. Hey, go ahead and smash that like button, you know what I'm saying? Comment down below, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you haven't, man. You become a repeat guest of the house, be family over here, and share this video, man, to your people, man. Let them know what's going on so they can peek their head inside the house and see what's going on for themselves, man. That's what's up. So let's go ahead and get into it. The good, the bad, the ugly. And we will start with Adam Kownacki. All right, Adam Kownacki comes in with a record of 19-0-0. He has 15 KOs. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall and has a 76-inch reach, and he is an orthodox fighter. The good, tough game fighter. You know, he's there to win. He's there to compete. Every fight he's gonna be there. Brings his hard hat. You know what I'm saying? Lunchbox. He's there for the whole nine. He's got a nice 1-2. And he's got a nice jab as well. So the jab followed by that straight right, you know what I'm saying? The lead straight right is pretty nice too. Applies good pressure. That's self-explanatory. Is a nice body puncher. Sorry, yeah, he's got a pretty decent body attack, you know. And he's a heavy-handed puncher, man. When he lands, you can hear it up in the upper deck when he lands. You know, a lot of thud and leather when he lands. Works nicely in the pocket or in that phone booth area. We know that's in close. When he's in there, he does good, effective work, whether it's to the body or it's to the head. But he does good, effective work. Has active hands. That's kind of his ticket right there, is the amount of punches he throws for a heavyweight. When I was watching the it was him versus, can't remember if it was Seth Williams or it was Gerald Washington, but I think in the Seth Williams fight they said that he averaged 77 punches per round. That's a lot for a heavyweight. But and the Seth Williams fight was before the Gerald Washington fight. In the Gerald Washington fight, there was a round or so where he threw 100+ punches. So he's got really active hands. He's gonna throw those things. So Chris Arreola's got to know that, and he's got to be prepared with some movement, some slickness, and some counter game. Well, I already said he's got a good straight right. He's got good punch tolerance, man. He can take a shot. Got a consistent motor. He's got that low gear diesel motor that just chugs along. You know, he's not the most fleet of foot. He's not speedy, but he continuously comes forward and he continuously lets his hands go. And that speed and that rate, that output that he starts the fight with, he normally ends the fight with. So that's another thing. And he's shown signs of having some counterpunching game. Not the most slick, not the most elusive, but at times you'll see him slip a shot and then come back with a good counter. So it is there. It's just not consistent, and it's not abundant, you know. All right, on to the bad. Comes in with his head down a lot, which makes him susceptible to punches like uppercuts. Has slow feet. We already said he's not the most fleet of foot, and it shows. He just kind of plods along around the ring like a tank, you know, and a tank in low speed, low gear. You know what I'm saying? Not a whole lot is gonna stop him, but he's not getting to his destination very quickly. Doesn't cut off the ring well. A lot of times you'll see him once the opponent, you know, gets away from him and gets distance in between them. You'll see him following the opponent around the ring rather than beating him to the spot, and that's kind of an attribute to those feet that we just talked about, slow feet. Straightforward and back fighter. Doesn't use angles at all. Not slick. Not elusive. You know, for the most part. Basic high guard defense. There's not much upper body movement in terms of trying to slip shots and, you know what I'm saying, and dodge punches and things like that. You know, he's there to be hit. And that's my next one. He's very hittable, you know. So just kind of doubled up on that. Very little head movement and upper body movement. So I guess these last three things kind of all roll into one. A lot of times when fighters are being slick and slipping shots, you get that type of movement, that upper body lateral movement, that side to side, whether you can roll under punches or you know, back from punches. With him, he's just there in the high guard. And the opponent throws his load, he waits for them to stop, and when the opponent stops, then he comes with his. So, you know, really, really simplistic defensive style of fighter. All right, so we'll move on to Chris Arreola. Chris Arreola is 38-5-1 with 33 knockouts. Stands 6'3" with a 76-inch reach, and he is an orthodox fighter. So these two fighters are mirror images of each other in terms of height, in terms of reach, and in terms of body physical build. You know, they both look like doughboys. You know, they got the muffin tops, but, you know, they're professional boxers, and, you know, they on any given night, anything can happen. Huh, AJ? But that's what's up. All right, on to the good for Chris. High experience level. He's been in there with some of the best. From Vitaly Klitschko to Deontay Wilder, Romain Stavern when he was champion, Tomas Adamek. Trying to think who else. There was somebody else that I can't think of it. But those are some notable names that he's been in there with. So he's got the ring experience, you know, against competition on his level or above. So he's been in there with some of the best of them. It's got a nice jab. It's a nice stiff jab, not the quickest jab in the world, but I'd say probably 60 to 65% of the time it reaches its target, it hits its mark. And I also like the way you'll see him double and triple up on the jab, which is very useful, especially a fighter like Kownacki with a limited amount of head movement. Some of those jabs are going to get through, and if they're good solid jabs, they're either going to back him up, or if he's coming forward, it's going to make him stop, reset, and then have to restart again. So yeah. Shows signs of being heavy-handed. He can sit down on some of his punches. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate his power probably a 6.5, a 7 if I was being generous. You know, so yeah, that's what it is. It's got a nice 1-2, just like Kownacki. I like Kownacki's better, but he does have a nice 1-2. Got a nice right hand. The left hand, well, we'll get into that later. He's got a nice body attack. When he was fighting Deontay Wilder, that was one thing that I noticed. He knew he wasn't really able to get a lot of effective headshots in, so he focused to the body. And while he took a lot of shots, He got in some good work to Deontay's body. He can take a shot, man. Some of those shots I saw, Deontay hit him with, Stavern hit him with, a couple other fighters hit him with. They hit him with some flush shots that they sat down on, and you know he took them. For the most part, Deontay made him do the stanky leg and dropped him, but yet and still he got back up, and yeah, he could take a shot. Does good work when he has the opponent on the ropes. That's where he is super comfortable, especially in terms of fighters that he can lay his weight on. And when he can get them on the ropes, he's going to lay their head right there in the shoulder, and he's going to try to do his thing. And he does decent work when he's got the opponent on the ropes. So if he can get Kownacki to back up, or he can get Kownacki on the ropes, expect to see some good shots here and there come from Chris Arreola. All right, on to the bad. He falters against upper level competition. All of those people that I named earlier, when I said that he's been in there with some of the best, they all beat him. So, you know, when the lights are the brightest, when the stage is the biggest, he doesn't seem to bring it home. So I don't know if that's just a tribute to him being a journeyman at best, or if they just had his number, because Stavern beat him twice. So, you know, Deontay Wilder retired him on his stool. Vladimir Klitschko retired him on his stool. And one of those losses to Stavern was a TKO. So, like I said, when the lights are the brightest, when the name is the biggest, for some reason he doesn't seem to bring it home. So Kownacki's not the biggest name. He's an up and coming name in the heavyweight division. So we'll see how that affects him. You know, how he views Kownacki as an opponent. He can get wild. A lot of people like to put that tag on Deontay Wilder, and rightfully so, because when Deontay gets an opponent hurt, he'll pull out the windmill. But Chris Arreola does the same thing, and he doesn't even have to get the opponent hurt. All he has to do is land a punch on the opponent, and for some reason that wild switch, he'll flip it. And a lot of those punches, they come wide and winging. Not a lot of them connect, and you know it looks real sloppy at times. No head movement, none whatsoever. Fight squared up quite a bit. I noticed that, and all he is doing when he does that is making himself a bigger target. You know, instead of fighting like this and having your frame narrowed, he tends to be like this, right in front of the opponent, and making himself a wider, bigger target. So that's something that's if he doesn't change that, remedy that in this fight, Adam Kownacki is just going to have a bigger bullseye to hit. Simplistic defense, high guard defense, just like Kownacki. I explained it with Kownacki. It's the same thing with Chris Arreola. High guard, put on the earmuffs or the turtle shell till the opponent's done attacking, and then when the opponent's done, then they come out and they try to get their work off. Susceptible to uppercuts. And Deontay Wilder landed a nice number of those on Chris when he fought him, man. Now, some of those Deontay, kind of pulled his head down, the old AJ move on him. But other times, didn't need to. Keep that head down, try to bury it in his shoulder and his chest or whatever, and up comes an uppercut, and you'll see their head like a Pez dispenser. But yeah, he's susceptible to those because of keeping the head down. No lateral footwork, straightforward and back fighter. No use of angles. Not the most accurate from outside. In order for him to do his best work, Chris needs to be in the phone booth. And yeah, that's just what that is. Although I did see him, trying to think, what was the guy's name? Was it Augustin? Something like that he fought. I saw him stick dude with a nice jab that it was similar to jab from Charlo. I think that was it against Erickson Lubin. The dude didn't go down, but he was that close from going down. I mean, it made him raggedy. So that was one time I did see a good shot from range. But like I said, that was a jab. His his outside game overall leaves a lot to be desired. And you could tell that he would much rather be in that phone booth up close where he doesn't have to worry about where the opponent is and he knows exactly where the opponent is when he swings. Okay. All right. Now, on to the keys to victory. We'll start with Adam Kownacki. Needs to keep that pressure. Apply that good, effective pressure. Keep that motor consistent and stay on the attack. Chris... and I'll say this about Adam Kownacki too, but Chris hasn't shown me any type of back foot game. Any type of game where he can fight in retreat mode or in backup mode. So yeah, I would say keep that effective pressure on him, and keep those active hands. Keep those hands, that punch count. Keep it high. These two dudes, like I said, same height, same reach. A lot of these punches are going to get through for the simple fact that neither one of them like to move their heads, and neither one of them are the most fleet of foot. I would say Chris Arreola has the quicker feet, but at the same time, the footwork itself is about the same as as Adam Kownacki's. So I would say keep those active hands on him, keep throwing those punches on him, and I think it's going to be hard for Chris to deal with. Use your counter game. Chris is coming forward. I heard who was that? Lennox Lewis, when he was commentating one of those fights, he was saying, man, all who was it? Was it Chris Arreola fight or was it Adam Kownacki fight? I can't remember whose fight it was, but he was saying, man, all he has to do is step back and then set his feet and throw a punch, because I can't remember which one of these two it was that he was commentating the fight, but they were just steady coming forward. Oh no, it was Arriola against Chris Martin, and he was saying all Chris Martin needed to do was step back, plant his feet, kind of dodge the shot and then sit on the shot, because Chris likes to come forward, and at times it's blindly. But yeah, he if Adam could put any type of counter punch game in his arsenal for this fight, it would go a long way in bringing this fight home. And work the body. Chris is not the one of the things that Arriola has been tagged or labeled with is not always being in the best shape, even on fight night. So I would say to test that, work that body, and we'll see how much is actually in his tank and what type of shape he's actually in. All right, on to Chris Arreola. He needs to keep that jab in Adam's face, and he needs to double and triple it. Don't just throw ones and pop shots. That can get timeable, and if Chris is able to time it and he does have any amount of slickness, if he got any kind of lubrication in his game at all, some of those jabs he may be able to slip and counter. And he needs to work off that jab. Once he doubles and triples it, then hook off of it, follow it up with straight rights, follow with hooks to the body, especially the body, because like I said, Adam Kownacki is basically the same shape. Now I don't know, just because some cats are kind of doughy doesn't mean they're not in shape, if that makes sense. Some cats like a Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz was in excellent shape for his fight, but he doesn't have that action figure body type, body mold or whatever. So we'll see. But yeah, work off that jab, especially to the body. Throw those after you double and triple up on those jabs. End it with 3s or 4s to the body. He needs to move his feet. I know that's like asking a rock to jump up in the air, but he needs to move his feet. And he needs to be accurate, especially from range. Make your punches count. Okay, now, all that being said, we've seen the goods, the bads, the uglies, all of that between these two fighters. My pick for this fight is... I got Adam Kownacki in this fight by unanimous decision. Chris Arreola is a wily, crafty veteran. He's been in there with some of the best. He's got a lot of miles on him. But at the same time, I do believe he is tough enough to go the whole 12 in this one. And I don't know. I just think that this one is going to go the whole ride. So therefore, I'm picking Adam Kownacki by unanimous decision. And this is going to be a battle, man. It's going to be a good fight. You got two cats. They're going to stand in there for the most part, go toe-to-toe, be head-to-head, you know. And it's going to make for some good action-packed fighting. So, hey, that's what's up, man. Adam Kownacki. Let's get it, man. I'm also going to pick Marcus Brown over Pascal. And I'm going to also say that one by... I want to say that one by majority decision. I think one of the refs is gonna score the draw. But yeah, that's what's up. But like I said, man, hey, appreciate y'all for stopping through, man, swinging by the house. You know what I'm saying? Coming and chopping it up with your boy. And make sure you tune in tonight to Marlo's Corner. And come check out the best blow-by-blow live fight commentary in the game over on the corner, man. Whole block fam gonna be there, man. We're gonna chop it up, man. Y'all come rock with us, man. And shout out to the whole block fam. Shout out to the whole LDBC. Shout out to the whole fight community, the whole fight fam, the whole fight world. You know what I'm saying? And trying to think. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? I guess I could let y'all know that y'all already know what it is. I am that boy Box. This is Rough House Boxing TV. Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all swing back by the house, man. Just remember to wipe your feet and close the door behind you. And that's all I got. See, I got to get out the house now. Gee.